is the next installment of Young Justice Target. Last time, Pradita was kidnapped. Count Vertigo and the team that took over Markovia was freed by a team wearing what appears to be Lexo's suit, and Will blames himself as the bow hunters were in charge of security. But it's not just that. Will Harper was once tasked with protecting Perdita's father from Sportsmaster, but because of the shutdown code Broken Arrow, he was taken off guard and unable to stop Sportsmaster from assassinating Perdita's father. So for Will, this is personal. The Outsiders have also been called into action for the first time in a while, specifically talking about Garfield, in order to hopefully save Perdita, despite the fact that during the end of Season 4 Phantom, Perdita made it clear that she didn't intend to get back together with Garfield. But is it just that our young hero wants to save a life? Or is he hoping for more? Join me as we might find out in this next issue of Target, won't you? Alright, Young Justice Targets, Issue 2. A very nice cover with Green Arrow and Black Canary. Two characters who haven't really gotten too much shine outside of Black Canary's therapy work. Also that poster with Brion and the Affinity Men. I wonder, has Perdita been taken to Markovia? Let's see. Cat Grant. Catco Cat Grant live from Hollywood. Okay, so this is full-on Catco. Cat Grant reports, we have confirmation that Perdita Vladka, Queen of Vlatava, has been abducted today in Star City. Oh, I love that. Queen Perdita abducted, segment produced by Brendan Vitti. Nice little shout out to one of the people who helped to make the series so great. Alright, so this is Ominous Tidings, written by Greg Wiseman, art by Christopher Jones, colorist Jason Wright, letterer Wes Abbott, cover by Jones and Wright, variant cover by Megan Hetrick, editor Ben Mayers, senior editor Kate Kubert. Kat continues to report, the Queen was abducted from a Star Labs facility there, while supposedly under the watchful eye of bodyguards from bow hunters. Damn! That shade! Clayface says to Guardian, oh great. I don't know, Jim. This is a bad look for bow hunters. And Guardian says, so not the point, Harlan. Kat continues to report, and the Queen wasn't the only victim. Dr. Sterling Roquette of the Royal University of Star Labs was left in a coma by the attack. Oh, really? Jeez, I didn't know Sterling was knocked out that hard. And from the looks of things, Black Canary and Oliver were taken out too. I didn't know it was that bad for them. Jeez, that gas must have been something really, really intense. Alright, so we have Will, Arrowette, Artemis, and Arsenal all in the room. Will asks, are you sure, Artemis? Artemis says, trust me, Will. It's Sportsmaster's coma concoction, alright. Oh yeah, Kat's report continues. The people left in a coma were two unidentified members of her staff. Okay, that's Ollie and Dinah. And Queen Perdita's personal bodyguard. Okay. Artemis says, and even with the antidote, it'll take a few days to wear off. Okay, so the cover lied to me. Ollie and Dinah are not going to be involved in this adventure, Will says, which means there's no one awake to tell us why they were targeted and Bowhunter wasn't, or why the hell were Ollie and Dinah posing as Roquette's lab assistants. Oh, Will wasn't aware that Ollie and Dinah were posing as assistants. Something deeper's going on here. Artemis says, I think you just answered your first question at least. Arrowette says, so this was Count Vertigo, right? It can't be a coincidence that he and his three cronies were busted out of a Markovian prison earlier today. Arsenal says, yeah, by the same kind of power-armored goons that took Perdita. And Cassie, it's not like Count Vertigo hasn't tried to kill his niece before. Oh man. When written by Greg Wiseman, that's all Count Vertigo tries to do. Will corrects Arsenal saying, kill her, Roy, not abduct her. And I'm not sure what good either atrocity does him. Vlatova has legally removed Uncle Werner from the line of succession. Artemis adds, so even if Perdita dies, Vertigo doesn't become king. Okay, smart. Exactly. Arsenal questions, vengeance, maybe? Will adds, maybe. Artemis gets a call from Oracle. Hi, Barbara. Anything? Oracle says, conference call with all the top kicks. Merging you now. Ah, okay, so Artemis is connected with the outsiders in Hollywood, naturally with Wonder Girl taking command still. As Oracle says, alright, as requested, the outsiders team and League are all on the line. And we see Black Lightning, still currently the leader of the Justice League, as well as Cyborg there too. But we also see Brion in the call as well, naturally with Bad Samaritan off to the side, keeping his thrall still under his control. Oracle says, go ahead, Brion. Geoforce says, thank you, Oracle. I want to reassure you that I am as concerned for Pradita and as concerned about Vertigo as any of you. But I must say unequivocally that none of you have permission to enter Malkovian sovereign territory. Leave this mission to me and my Infinitors. We will apprehend Vertigo and rescue Pradita. You have my word. Markovia out, and the connection ends. Beast Boy naturally says, there's no way we're leaving this to Brion. It's funny too, cause I just recently read, what was it called, Shadow War? And Brion goes off the deep end there too. Like, oh no. DC has collectively decided Geoforce is an asshole. Geoforce is an asshole. Oh man, like go read Shadow War. Oh my god. He's justifiable in his reasonings, but man. Wonder Girl addresses Beast Boy. Gar, you gotta chill. You're not even cleared for active duty yet. Beast Boy responds, yeah, and with Dinah in a coma, I won't be anytime soon. But I am going after Pradita, with or without the outsiders. Hell yeah. He's finally ready to take some initiative. Wonder Girl states, with, I promise. But first, we need to know where to look. Wonder Girl then activates her comms and says, Raptor Squad, report. In Paris, with the greatest nod to Greg Weisman possible. You see Tim Drake Robin, Looker, and El Dorado on a rooftop in Paris surrounded by gargoyles. And if you know anything about Greg Weisman, you know what gargoyles they're surrounded by. God damn. Amazing. Ah, that's so good. Like you can straight up see, doesn't quite look like him, but Goliath, Demona, Lexington, Brooklyn, Hudson, just it's the whole team. Like, damn. But Robin responds, Raptor Squad here. Closing in on target. It's one of Count Vertigo's men that they're spying on. Meanwhile, in Markovia, Brion readies the Infinity Men. I'm not calling them the Infinitors without being prompted. He's in his suit and he says, then we're ready. Time for the Infinitors to engage. And you see Geoforce, Everyman, Kobold, Fury, and Trajectory. Bad Samaritan comes running in saying, Mine's Carlos, where are you going? Brianna responds, to honor my promise, to which you were a witness. Bad Samaritan responds, yes, except as yet we do not know where Vertigo and Pradita are. Fury states, actually, we do. My sources have provided the location of Vertigo's current lair. It's obvious Bad Samaritan's up to something, and considering his position in the light, and how I know those suits are Lexo suits, something deep's going on here. Bad Samaritan says, that's astounding, and outstanding, and of course you must go. And then he whispers into Brion's ear, but my king, your priority must be Perdita's rescue. I know you bear a grudge against the Count. Still, vengeance must wait until after the Queen is safe. Is he trying to make sure Brion doesn't just up and Vertigo? Geoforce responds, Perezi, that is true. And as Geoforce gestures for the Infinitors to come with him, he says, come, there isn't a moment to lose. Fury and Cobalt walk out with him, while Trajectory and Everyman stay behind a little bit. As Bad Samaritan tells them, protect your king. Trajectory says, from anything and everything. Everyman says, copy that. Obviously, they're up to something. Honestly, Cobalt seems to be the only one who's not, deep involved with what they're up to. You got Fury going one way, Trajectory and Everyman going another, and Cobalt just seems to be job's a job. Meanwhile, at the watchtower, Cyborg is talking to Black Lightning. As he states, Pradita was kind to me at the worst time of my life. I want to help. Black Lightning responds, but you can't, Vic. You're a leaguer now. Oh yeah, Victor's in the Justice League. Huh. And in a world where everyone and their brother has a camera in their phone, one pic of you in Markovia could cause an international incident. Besides, missions like this are exactly why we have our covert team. And yeah, you got the covert team assembled. We're talking Tigress. We're talking Nightwing. We're talking Spoiler. We're talking Orphan. And Mist? Huh, I guess that'll work. Although Spoiler questions, I thought it was all hands on deck. Shouldn't 13 be here? Tigress responds, I'm sure she wanted to be, but it's Tracy's turn to host Dr. Fate. And Naboo wasn't in a help us find the queen kind of mood. And you see Tracy in the guise of Dr. Fate battling what can only be described as an eldritch abomination. Little busy. And as Nightwing's team moves out, he says, we'll make do. Move out, Beta. And as they enter the Zeta tube, the computer reads, recognize Nightwing B01. Spoiler B28. Orphan B36. Mist B37. A great way of making sure you know which character is which. Meanwhile, Cyborg approaches Tigress and questions what if they don't find anything. But Tigress has faith, stating, you know they will. Meanwhile, with the Infinitors, because I'm starting to realize calling them the Infinity Men, it's probably not. Probably confusing them with another team to a certain degree. You see the Infinitors outside a very small village, outside of a cabin. Fury says, I reached out to my source, and sources amongst local metahumans. Those armored flyers who busted out Vertigo and took Pradita were spotted in this area. There are 16 cabins in these woods, all closed for renovation. Pradita and her captors could be in any one of them. Trajectory says, but was there even time to get Pradita here from the state? Geoforce responds, with boom tube access, yes. Kobold, Everyman, stealth mode. Begin with that first lighted cabin, but check them all. Locate Pradita if she's here, and nailed down exactly where Vertigo and his allies are. Everyman responds, roger that, boss. Everyman turns into a raccoon, fitting, cause he is trash, while Cobalt rides on top of him. They spy into the nearby window, and, just like that, you see Dr. X as well as some of Count Vertigo's goons playing cards inside, with Dr. X questioning one of them, are there many North American raccoons in Markovia? One of the goons says no, and fears still with little blue men riding them. Jeez. Wow, they called that immediately. Dr. X says, then I think our guests have finally arrived. Let's bid them all welcome, shall we? The rest of the team is spotted by the Lexosuit armored fighters, with Fury stating, so it was a trap. Sorry about that, your highness. Geoforce simply responds, it happens. Trajectory, check every cabin and find Pradita, fast. Trajectory says, on it, as she races off, as Geoforce cries out the battle cry, Infinitors, engage! Every man transforms into his full beast's form, with Kobold still riding on top as he states, engaging now. Hold tight, Pee-wee. Battle mode's more my style anyway. Geoforce blasts down one of the Lexosuit warriors with his lava flow, and Fury decks another one right in the face. Every man goes in to punch another one, but is knocked down by their sonic cannon. However, as every man is being thrown back, Cobalt jumps onto the Lexosuit armored warrior, grabs their gauntlet, and uses it to blast one of their own warriors. As the fight continues onward, Fury states, sounds like every man could use some help. Geoforce responds, I'm on it. But Trajectory then cries out, boss, I found her in one of the cabins. She comes out carrying Pradita. Brion says, Pradita, thank God. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of suspicious about this. Yeah, Pradita says, oh, Brion, please get me away from here. Brion responds, at once, I'll send you with my best, but Pradita says, can't you take me? I don't know. All this time there's this weird roaring from every man in the background. And Brion says, of course, your safety is my sole priority. As he picks up Pradita and says, Infinitors, I leave the battle to you. And someone go after every man. He's crying like a bitch. Brion races off with Pradita. As Trajectory says, you can count on us, boss. Fury continues to fight one of the Lexosuit-clad warriors. As Trajectory runs up on her saying, I'll help every man. Fury responds right as Trajectory runs off, meeting up with none other than Bad Samaritan, Double X, and the rest of the goon squad. Bad Samaritan questions Trajectory. Well, Trajectory states, King's taking the Queen back to the palace, but Fury and Cobalt are still here. Bad Samaritan responds, that's fine. And he turns to one of the warriors in the suit stating, turn off the Everyman sound effects and get your team out. And with one press of the button on their gauntlet, the sound of Everyman's roar stopped. And suddenly, all the Lexo suit-clad warriors leave, with Fury questioning, they're fleeing? But why? Meanwhile, Geoforce, while carrying Pradita, states, do not worry, Pradita. You are safe now. But of course, Pradita looks off with a very malicious smile. It's so obvious that's Everyman. But why? What is the operation they're up to? I mean, Everyman has been suspicious from the start, but this is odd. Okay, so we officially have absolute confirmation that even Cobalt is not involved with whatever Trajectory and Everyman are up to. But why? Why are they doing this? We now enter into our second storyline, back towards the start of the issue, with Artemis and Will discussing how Oliver and Dinah's involvement makes them question what was going on. You pick up with Green Arrow and Black Canary in bed sleeping, while a phone rings. Black Canary states, Ollie, it's yours. Green Arrow wakes up stating, right, I've got it. Hello? It's Pradita on the line saying, hello, Oliver, it's Pradita. I'm coming to America in 3 days, and I need your help. Green Arrow responds, anything for you, princess. Pradita corrects him, saying, you do know I'm the queen, don't you? Green Arrow responds, oh, I know. Oliver then has a bit of a flashback. It was 10 years ago, or 10 years, 1 month, and 8 days to be precise. Not a night I'm likely to forget. You see, Oliver, Green Arrow, driving in his car with the radio on, with a report stating, and now Sylvester the Skyman brings you the up-to-the-minute traffic reports from the Keister Eye in the Sky Chopper, KSTR. Thanks, Pat. Well, folks, we have a massive jam heading into and out of Star City International, which you can blame on the added security put in place for the royal arrival. Oliver, meanwhile, is trying to get someone on his phone. The radio continues, come on, Sly. It's not every day a princess pays our fair city a visit. Cut her some. But Oliver turns off the radio, stating, cut me some, please. Oliver gets Dinah's answering machine, stating, hi, this is Dinah Lance. I can't get to the phone right now, but leave a message and I'll call you back. You can't reach Black Canary. So he says, it's me, sorry. I know it seems like I'm late again. Traffic, right? But, I'll meet you at Blaggage Came. Bye. Smooth, Queen, very smooth. Would it kill you to say I love you? I can't live without you. Before they were, oh, please don't take a cab home. You see that he has a ring. Okay, this is essentially just confirmation that DC Showcase Green Arrow led directly into Young Justice. While Green Arrow's stuck in traffic, he cries out, hey, you hack! The arrow's green! Move! Subtle. But then he spots none other than Malcolm Merlin walking down the street as he says, wait a minute, I know that guy. Pradita's security team is ready as he states, it's go time, people. Princess Pradita's security detail is bringing her out now. As the officers tell the nearby people, please, girls, stay behind the ropes. We're sorry for the delay. As the little girl questions, can you see her? I can't see her. Wait, there she is. As they see Pradita coming down the escalator, one of Count Vertigo's goons readies a camera with a sniper in it. And as the people cry out, it's the princess, the princess! Denny questions the crowd of people, saying something's not right. He's then shot in the arm protecting Pradita by Count Vertigo's henchmen. And as one of the other members of security cry out, move, move, take her back up! Then he says, while he's pushing Pradita up the escalator, this thing doesn't go up! The rest of Vertigo's henchmen fire towards security and the police officers nearby, as a man desperately tries to get his children to the ground, crying out, Athena, Angel! As the girls cry out, Daddy! But the princess! As one of the officers tells them, flat on the ground, before she's shot in the chest. One of Pradita's security officers is shot towards his head, thinking mostly just grazing him. Meanwhile, Denny is shot right in the back, as Pradita cries out for him. Green Arrow comes bursting in, with a smoke arrow, putting up a smoke screen as he protects Pradita. He says, sorry, I'm late, but you try changing clothes in a hybrid. Pradita, not knowing what he means, questions, what? Green Arrow says, sorry, never mind. Green Arrow, Justice League, I'm here to help. Ending the memory. So, of course, there are little differences from the DC showcase, but like if you go back and watch the showcase, a lot of the agents don't look like who they're supposed to look like. Like Denny, I don't think Denny was shot. I don't remember Denny too much. But the story beat of Oliver coming in with the smoke arrow, all that, and a lot of Vertigo's men disguised with the cameras as sniper rifles, that's straight out of DC Showcase Green Arrow. If you haven't checked it out, go back and check it out. You'll see the similarities. It's only 11 minutes long, so it's not a long watch. But that's just Greg Weisman for you. He doesn't leave anything to chance. Now, a lot of this leaves a lot of questions as well. Why have Brion save Pradita? What are they trying to do? What's the plan here? What's the rub? Where's the actual Pradita? The thing about Greg Weisman's writing is there's all these moving parts and then everything comes together at the end. Starts off slow, but it's worth it towards the end. So by the time we hit around issue 4, 5, and 6, everything will start coming into play. Right now, it's all set up, but I'm curious to see where things are going from here on out. I like the teams that have been assembled too. Robin with Looker and El Dorado, Nightwing with Orphan, Spoiler, and Mist. Some interesting teams. The question does remain, is this going to be one of those situations where the heroes had a plan to counter the villain's plan? Or are our heroes in the dark? Let me know your thoughts and theories in the comments section below. Will our heroes make a bad situation better or worse? And will Brion start to get a clue that not everyone on his side is on his side? I can't wait to hear from you, but until next time, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye!